Hi everybody, this is Moss Jackson, success psychologist and coach. So welcome back to Mondays with Moss, a weekly video series having to do with living an extraordinary life, a life of success, accomplishment, and happiness. So soon we're going to put up a post on your story. It's a person I'm seeing in my coaching practice who really got caught up in an old story that really has severely limited his happiness and success as an adult. This incident goes back to when he was about 7 or 8. So you'll see it soon, and we're going to try to get it up later today. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk to you about your brain. So in order to be happy and successful and accomplish what you want to accomplish, you have to understand the way your brain is wired. So I'm going to give you a very basic explanation of a theory of brain development. So, of course, our brain, we have one brain, and all these pieces of the brain, all 100 billion neurons of them or so, have to figure out how to work together, interact, and collaborate. Unfortunately, that's not always the case, particularly when an emotional upset occurs, because it's like we actually have 3 different brains. This brain up here, the forebrain, is our Homo sapien brain, and that's our thoughtful, empathic brain. We want to solve problems, want to figure out how to get along with people. In the middle of our brain is our emotional brain, and that is important for connection and also emotional regulation. In the back, way in the back, is our survival brain, and that involves safety. So one way of thinking about this is your thinking or computer brain. In the middle is your gorilla or mammalian brain, and the way in the back is our alligator brain or our survival brain. So what happens when an upset occurs? Let's say someone ignores you or cuts you off in the highway. You can have several reactions. Hopefully the thinking brain says, oh, that guy cut me off. I wonder what's going on for him. No big deal. So what? This is not a matter of life or death. However, if you have some emotions going on and your adrenaline gets stirred up, the reptilian brain way in the back says, wait a minute, that guy's out to get me. I got to show him who's boss. He's not the alpha male. I am. And then we get in a stupid power game where you might be chasing him, tailgating him, beeping, shining your lights, giving him the finger, cursing or whatever. Now you're out of control because your brain, that part of your brain says fight or flight, because that part of the brain is interested in survival. So what's important in thinking about whenever an upset occurs is to be able to appreciate your raw, primal emotional reaction, not take it seriously, just notice it, spend 2 minutes just paying attention to it. Wow, boy, you really are upset, primitive reptilian brain. Boy, you really want to kill or you want to flee. Wow, this is really upsetting for you. That's showing a little compassion. As that quiets down, and I promise you, it will quiet down if you talk to yourself that way, then you could go to your thinking brain and say, okay, thinking brain, how do I need to think about this? Do I have some curiosity? Can I come up with 2 or 3 explanations as to what's going on with him? One explanation could be he's out to prove that he's king of the highway. Number 2, maybe he has a severe case of diarrhea and he has to get to the bathroom. Number 3 is he's on his cell phone and is not paying any attention. So if you can think of 2 or 3 alternatives, you start to calm down, excuse me. Adrenaline and cortisol, which is the fight hormone, slows down its secretion. You're back in control. You're not going to get in a game of hide and seek, chase and kill, and you can let the upset go. So that's basically your brain. It's called the triune brain, Triune. The reptilian brain goes back 400 million years. The emotional brain, your gorilla brain, goes back about 1 million. Your thinking brain is a little child on the field, on the neighborhood. That's only about 100,000 years. So we haven't quite figured out how to get this thinking brain up to speed with a 400 million year old, really quite wild reptilian brain. Hope you found that interesting. I'll talk to you soon. And next time I think I'm going to talk after you see the story about how a person got caught up in a story and his reptilian brain took over. I think I want to talk to you about how you can start to use the toolbox, particularly the art of connection and self-regulation, to keep yourself calm, regulated, so you can be happy. In the meantime, check out my book on Amazon. I got 2 books there, Navigating for Success and I Didn't Come to Say Goodbye, Navigating the Psychology of Immortality. Both are great, good books. I got good reviews. Love you to get them. If you don't want to get them, stay tuned next week for another broadcast. See you soon.